Spider-Man, thanks for watching. Welcome back to the DutchRC channel for another unboxing. Yes, I had kinda planned not to buy new things this month, but then HobbyKing went and released the new Skipper XL, and yeah, I ended up buying it, as you can see. The box this time doesn't have a lot of box art, as you can see. It is quite big though. And as I said, it is the Skipper XL featuring blah blah. Ja, even kijken hoor. Its width is 864 millimeters, which doesn't seem very big, but it is a delta wing airplane, and those generally have narrow wings. It has a 1000 kV motor and a 40 amp ESC. It requires a 2200 to 2500 LiPo. This plane actually is 4S capable, and I probably will fly it on 4S. And that's it. This is the plug and fly version, so all electronics apart from the receiver and battery should be included. Now I will in this video unbox it, and I will build it, and I will also show you the old version. It's still available, the version 1 of the Skipper and this new XL version side by side. So, I'll take everything out of the box off camera, and then I'll show you what came in the box. Hold on. Alrighty, I've got everything out of the box, and let's start off by the smaller parts. We've got a horizontal stabilizer with an elevator attached to it. Always first wiggle them around, up and down a bit, of course, before assembling your plane to loosen up the hinge. And we've got this PVC piece that will go on to the bottom of the plane to prevent scratching of the foam. If you are, for instance, taking off or landing on gravel, that'll prevent damage to your plane. We've got a package of spars, several of them, and the push rods, which apparently you'll have to install yourself. No biggie, of course, but alright. Let's see, we've got, I haven't unpackaged this one yet. We've got a transparent canopy piece. Hold on. There, a transparent canopy piece, which you will can glue on yourself, which is actually very nice. In some planes these are glued in factory, and then you cannot add a pilot figure yourself, so nice that it's not glued on yet. And let's see, what more do we have? Yeah, I've got a bag with 2 screws. I'm not sure what they are for yet, but we'll find out, of course. We've got a hardware package with the manual, propeller, prop adapter, some more screws, and a control horn. Okie doke, that's all very nice. Yeah, this is a somewhat bigger piece. We have 2 big sheets of decals, which of course you can add to your own liking. As you will see, the entire plane comes white out of the box. Okay, let's next look at the fuselage. Let me check if I'm actually in view with this. Okay, the fuselage. Now, the first thing I noticed with this one was that my rudder was bent to one side. By now I've been able to bend it back mostly, but that's pretty big. It gets worse though. This is my rudder, which should have been attached over here, but it has been sheared right off. It must have been sheared off by the packager. The box was not damaged at all. Sorry. So, well, that's pretty bad. Alright, I can solve that, but some people might not be able to. Okay, and of course we have two wings, kind of identical, of course, in mirror, quite big. The fuselage itself is quite heavy as well compared to the previous version of the Skipper. The wings have a carbon fiber spar in them. Maybe you can see it. The wing is slightly translucent. Okay, and of course also free up these hinges as well. Okay, I'm not sure where the servos for the ailerons will be situated, but we will find out in the build. Alright, that's it. And I received one other thing, the FPV canopy, which is, let me show you what the default canopy looks like. That's over here, and of course this will go onto this, like so, and I'll have a look if I have a suitable pilot figure for that. And you've got a hatch over here, another production error. Mine, of course, this entire hatching thing is glued in, but they got glue into the mechanism as well, so I can hardly pull it back. Okay, and this is where your LiPo will go, of course. It is securely in place by this hatching thing. Okay, and over here you will find the rest of your electronics. Two servos, I hope you can see that. There are two Metal Gear servos. According to HobbyKing, all servos in this plane are Metal Gear. A 40 amp ESC, which I will probably put in another place, a bit more forward. And that is it. Yeah, the ESC comes with an XT60 plug, by the way. Alright, that looks just fine. And like I said, I ordered up this FPV canopy so I can put a Mobius, for instance, on it. I don't plan to make this an FPV plane per se, but I do want to be able to put a camera on it. Okay, I'll clear everything away here so we will be able to start our build. Hold on. Building time, building time. Let's see, I'm gonna start out by putting the horizontal stabilizer and elevator on. And it's handy pandy, I think, to put the control horn onto the elevator first. And let's see, yeah, the elevator on the bottom side has a bigger fin protrusion than on the top side. So this is the bottom, and the control horn will be screwed on at the bottom. Now the kit comes, the RTF version comes with 3 bags with control horns. 3. One with 2 control horns, those are for the ailerons, so we'll put those aside for now. And then there are 2 bags with 1 control horn. One of those has longer screws than the other. The one with the longer screws is for your rudder. So we'll put that aside as well, and we'll get everything out of this bag. And this bag sorry, contains one control horn and one backplate and 2 screws. Okie dokie, now the Servos will have 2 holes in it, so you can see which holes of the control horn to use. Now you could put some CA glue on your control surface. In most cases I do. So let's do that right now. Just a little drop. It'll spread out and it'll be nice and tight. Of course, be sure not to spill any glue into your control surface hinge. There, we've got our control horn glued in place, and next thing is gluing up the horizontal stabilizer into the tail plane. Now this will require a bit of glue, and again I will be using CA glue. Of course, always first do a dry fit, and in my case it's a very tight fit. I could probably get away by not using any glue. Of course I won't, but very tight fit. Okay. You will not be needing a lot of glue to hold this in. So don't go crazy on the glue here. Okay. There, that should be more than enough. And then press it in as far as it will go, making sure that it's in straight, of course. Okay, and I've got a little bit of gap over here, and that's nice, so I can put some more glue into there. Hartstikke, and then I'll press everything together. Alright, my horizontal stabilizer and elevator is now on, and the next thing to do is screw on the control horn to the rudder. I'm sure it's hard to see for you, but the control horn for the rudder should be placed at the left side of the rudder if you are looking from the back of the plane. The control rod will protrude out of the plane over here, so here is where your control horn should be screwed in place. So we will do that right now. Are these screws the same length? No, in my case one is a little longer than the other, and the longest one should be at the front because the rudder is thickest at that point. Okay, the control horn is on by now, and let me zoom out a little for the next part. Hold on. Next part is the wings, and I've got one of the wings over here. The plane came with 2 spars, one shorter one and one longer one. The shorter one will go at the front over here and the longer one at the back over here. And obviously you will need to do a dry fit of that as well. And as you can see, I've taken out all the electronics, so they won't be getting in the way of this spar, because the spar will go through the part where the electronics are. And let's see, does that line up well enough? Yep, you will find that this is a tight fit, the wing, but it'll fit. At least in my case it fits, as you can see. Now the wing is not held in by screws or anything, so you will be gluing it in. And let's see what a good strategy for that would be. Yeah, let's take it out again. Yeah, it's a tight fit. Okay, I will be running a bead of glue on the bottom of the hull where the wing will slot into over here, and that's it. I think that should do. Of course, when you're flying, the air pressure will try to bend up the wing, so it's best to have it be the most resilient or strongest at the bottom, and the glue won't be dripping all over the place. Okay, let's do that. And then repeat your dry fit. Of course, this time you'll have to do it a little faster. And there we go. That looks just fine. Cool stuff. Okay. Well, same goes for the other side of course. Get the electronics out of the way again. And put the spars into their slots in the wing. Okay, and again I'm gonna run a bead of glue into this ridge in the fuselage. And there we go. That went pretty uneventful. And as you can see, our plane is taking shape. I'm gonna let the glue set for a while now, and then we will be installing our push rods. Okay, so our wings are now in place, and we are now going to screw on the control horns for the ailerons, and we will be putting in the control rods, these things, the metal things with the clamp things. But before I do that, I want to tell you to, if you slot in these control rods, you want to guide them through the metal fasteners that are on the servo arms. And that will be hard to show you once I've flipped over the plane, so I'm just telling you now. Alright, let's flip over the plane, and the control horns for the ailerons are going to be fastened on at the bottom. And let's see, we have 2 control horns left and 4 screws. Let's check if there is difference in length in the screws. No, all 4 screws are the same, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's screw those on. Alrighty, my control horns are now on. And with the plane being white and the control horns also white, it's a bit hard to show you, but believe me, they are they are now on. Now the control rods, you get 4 of them with different lengths. The shortest one will be for your elevator, The longest one will be for your rudder. And we'll get to that later, is that true? Yeah, we'll get to that later. And you get 2 ones with the same length. Those are for your ailerons. And those will slot in from the bottom over here. Now once again, like I said before, once you've put them into their sleeves a bit, you will have to guide them through the fasteners on the servos. Okay, once you've done that, for the ailerons you need to of course do the same thing for your elevator. So find the tube for your elevator rod, take the longest rod, this is the longest rod, and guide it in and of course feed it through that fastener on the servo arm. I'm not going to be fastening or setting up anything at this moment. I'm gonna do that once my radio gear is installed. Okay, and as you might have noticed, for the elevator the servo arm isn't on yet, and that's in a separate bag. And I hope it also comes with a screw. Yes, it does. A separate bag with one control servo arm, with a fastener and a screw to secure that arm to the servo. Okay, let's take those out. And that servo arm will be hanging down from the servo, so your control rod will pass on below your horizontal stabilizer like this, and then you secure it with the supplied screw. And what is that, a Phillips head? Yes, it is. Once again, I'm not securing anything yet. I'll first install my radio gear and then set up everything. Okay, and once you've done that, all that's really left is putting on your propeller. Now my prop adapter is rubbing a little bit on the cowling, so I'll have to make the hole in which the prop adapter slots into a little wider. That's no biggie, of course. And you need to glue on the window onto the canopy. Now I would not recommend using CA glue on that, because you'll end up with a milky mist on the inside of the window. Some of the CA glue will evaporate into the canopy, won't look very nice. One more tip: once you've made sure the servo for your elevator and the motor are working correctly, you need to tape down this little hatch over here this one, because it's not held in place by anything. If you don't tape this down, you will lose it. Alright, okay, let me get the version 1, the smaller skipper, into view. And there. And as you can instantly see, it is far smaller. The it's nose to nose at this moment. So this one is far longer, the new version. The width, there's less difference in width, but this is the difference in width. I'd say about 10 centimeters. So quite a substantial difference in size. The shape, of course, and how the surfaces work is approximately the same on both versions. It's just a scaled up version of the smaller skipper. Okie dokie, well, that was the build, and I hope you got something out of that. If you are left with questions, don't hesitate to comment down below, and hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye.